understand that. But another effect that I don't know was necessarily anticipated by Lyndon Johnson is they kind of took the purpose out of the man's life. Because now you have a basket of goodies for the mom, and she may be making $40,000 a year, $30,000 a year, and pretty soon the couple realizes that if the guy is going to come in and make $35,000 or $40,000 a year, materially he has done nothing to add to the family. So he winds up eventually realizing, why am I going to live here? Maybe he moves out on his own, maybe mom kicks him out. But in any event, we've kind of made the man superfluous. I'm sorry. The man superfluous, which I think George Gilder would argue is the major effect of the war on poverty. They've taken away the purpose of the man to be part of a family. In any event, here we are in 2024 in a situation in which about 40% of the children are born to a couple out of wedlock, and obviously with divorces or people breaking up. With people breaking up, that number can wind up even higher, which is a huge tragedy for America. And if we want to get America back to, say, 1960, where this was almost unheard of, we have to fundamentally change these programs. Of course, as you have a family breakdown, you have more other problems that we are trying to deal with here. As you have less marriages, you have a higher abortion rate. And so a lot of these abortions have to be attributed to the war on marriage begun by Lyndon Johnson. You have children who maybe don't do as well in school, which can be attributed to this, or more likely to be depressed, or more likely to commit crime, or have guys who don't have a purpose in life and are more likely to just hang out and do drugs and that sort of thing. I think this is a huge issue, and it's something our slumbering press corps ought to take up with our candidates for president and see if they plan on doing anything about it, since the war on poverty in the 1960s can, I think, universally be declared a complete failure. And I would ask the press corps to look at this, and I would also ask leadership in both parties, as they plan what they're going to do in January of 2025, do you view this breakdown of the family as something the government should do something about, particularly because, as far as I can tell, it was largely caused by the government in the first place, and people who wanted the breakdown in the government, people like Angela Davis, well-known communist, people like the feminists who were so important in the 1960s, that it appears that not for everybody, but for some of the principals who designed these programs, a goal was the destruction of the family. And of course they have succeeded in that these single family units are much more likely to depend upon the government. And every year, of course, I am lobbied by people who want the government, therefore, to take up an even greater role in their children's life, be it daycare, be it preschool, be it after-school programs, whatever. They clearly want the children raised by the government. So I hope the press corps picks up on this, and I hope Republican and Democrat leadership put together some sort of plan for January in which we work our way back to where America was in the 1960s. The next issue that I'm going to take up, and was debated on this